Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your brother Najib here. We're back here at Deen Love, and today we're talking about a very interesting topic, and it has to do with our topic that we spoke about a few weeks ago, which was top 10 jobs not fit for a Muslim, right? Because where you work is essential to the life of the mu'min, to the life of the Muslim. And so you want to make sure you're having a halal earning, a halal means of living. So we got a very interesting topic here, as you've seen from the thumbnail, which is Uber Eats. Now this is a kind of, I think everybody's kind of caught on to it now. Before, a few months or years back, when they were kind of testing it out, they seen that it was working for them, and they're kind of now pushing it everywhere you go, right? Whether it's locally or nationally or internationally, you might have to say, because they seen that they're making money out of it. So, but the question is Uber Eats delivery a halal means of living for a mu'min, for a Muslim, all right? Delivering food that may be, we're gonna get into it. Let's read the question first and see what we have to say. Now the question here is highlights, somebody wrote the question here, and they're saying Uber has started food delivery service here recently in the place where they live, and the person says it's a good job as a delivery person because you can work on your own convenience. Now this is one of the new ways that a lot of these new jobs or new fields are kind of catching on to people, because people love them because it's very, very convenient. And I gotta say that I think is unanimous. It is very, very convenient, and people can just pick it up wherever they're at. And you know, a student can get out of class, turn on the app, and hey, he can just get to work, right? Kind of convenient, and you're your own boss. You don't have to deal with anybody else. So on many different angles, this job does seem like it's very convenient, I gotta admit. All right, so let's keep going on. What does the person actually say? So after convenience, now the restaurant says the restaurants / takeaways on the panel are halal, non-halal, and vegetarian. It works on the following principles. You switch on the app and this and this and this and this, and the person explains kind of the details of how it works. Once you reach the restaurant and tell your order number, you'll be given a sealed bag. Now this is where it gets really, really interesting, okay? You'll be given a sealed bag. Once you pull up to the restaurant, you want to pick up the order, take it, and deliver it, right? So they give you this sealed bag. You don't know the contents, or you don't know what's in there. Now that's a very good point. We're gonna come back to that. You gotta remember that. So you don't know what's in there. After receiving the bag, delivery address appears on the app. My question is that delivering the food for Uber Eats is halal or not in the following circumstances, in which you don't know that from where you will pick the food unless you accept an order, and you never get to know what's inside the packet. Okay, what the person here is, maybe I might have skipped different parts of it, but the question here is, you get the bag, you don't know what's in there, and you just deliver it. And is this a halal means earning or living, right? Now that's a heavy question, I gotta admit, but let's look at it from two different angles, okay? One way is, since the unsurety of what you're delivering, and you don't know what it is, now that's very, very problematic, all right? That's very, very problematic, because we talked about in the top 10 jobs, we talked about transportation before in a little bit, but not specifically, and not as specific to companies like Uber Eats, right? We talked about kind of the main, even though it was kind of general and this was part of it, but we didn't talk about specifically about Uber Eats and this new way. There's DoorDash, there is Grub HUB, I think they do delivery too. And there's all these different companies competing now to do this type of delivery. So is it okay for the mu'min, for a Muslim person, to be doing these type of jobs? Now it's very, very important. So we're gonna look at it from two different angles. The first one is that you don't know what's in the bag. Now that's very, very problematic. You don't know whether what's in there is halal or haram food. You don't know, most of the people that you're catering to are people who eat haram products that us as Muslims, we're not supposed to eat or promote this type of stuff or help in the process of somebody. Let's say you pick up some alcohol with an order and you bringing it to somebody else so that they can get drunk with it. Now, that's really not fit for a Muslim to be doing. So that's the first angle that we're looking at, is the unsurety of it. The second angle is if you know the possibility of picking up something haram and the likelihood of that happening is extremely high. Ya akhi, ya ukhti, then that means this job is not fit for a Muslim, because the risks and the earning you get from this type of job is really not fit for a Muslim to be getting. And that I really want to make it clear. And just because of the fact that you're not sure what you're doing, and right here, since you don't and since when doing the work mentioned, it's not clear what type of food is being delivered, and so that means the work, I have to say, is not permissible, because it could be anything. It could be anything. And so for a Muslim person, it's not good to be in that type of situation, right? Where you don't know, you have a capital of if statement in how you make a living, and you don't know whether it's halal or haram, and you're just in there to be there or just to make a living. I don't know if that's the right place for a Muslim person to be in. But we go through in this in really in depth on the case study that we did on top 10 jobs that is not befitting for a Muslim. So that's like an hour and 15 long. It's really nice. It's really in depth, and you understand kind of the wisdom behind some of these key fundamentals that Islam has made for us to abide by. And the reason being of why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want us to involve with some of these things, and making sure that as a mu'min, you earn a halal living. And that's connected to your deen, to your lifestyle, to everything, to what you feed your family, to how you eat, to how you live, all of the above. So you want to make sure that you really take into consideration, and any job you're doing, you want to be, if you're not for sure, 110% for sure that this job is actually halal, it's good, it's pure, then you want to make sure you want to kind of avoid it. You want to avoid it. Yeah, right? That's the problem with this job. If you actually knew what you were picking up was good, and it wasn't something haram, then that's a good thing, and you're in a good situation. But if you're unsure of what you're picking up, and you don't know what's in the bag, and it's sealed, and you obviously cannot open it up to take a look at it. I don't know if anybody has ever tried it. If you did, let us know. Even though that's really awkward, right? But let us know, and I actually want to know how that would have gone. I don't know if that would have gone good. You deliver the food and the person found out it's all opened, and I don't know if that's I don't know if that's allowed or not. But anyways, coming back to our topic, which is Uber Eats, DoorDash, all these type of companies, you're not sure what you're doing. And so the mu'min can never be in the status of shak, of doubt, of being unsure of what you're doing. And I think we'll keep it, close that short. We'll see you guys.
بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن